Hey guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Yahoo Sports' latest mock draft. We're going to be going over the first 10 picks in this video. So let's get to it. Obviously, your Detroit Pistons have the worst record in the NBA, and Yahoo Sports had your Detroit Pistons selecting Paolo Banchero from Duke University. He is a 6'10" power forward that weighs 250 pounds. He's putting up 16.5 points a game this year, 7.3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Personally, I think he's the consensus #1 pick this year. I think he's a guy that a lot of Pistons fans really like. Now, not to say that I've seen some people that are very high on Chet Holmgren or even Jabari Smith for that matter. I think that Pistons are going to go best available player in this situation if they do win the lottery again. And Paolo Banchero, to me, is the best available player in this draft class. Now, going to the #2 overall pick, Yahoo Sports had the Orlando Magic selecting Jabari Smith from Auburn University. He's a 6'10", 220-pound forward that's averaging 16.5 points a game, 6.9 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. Now, to me, I really like Jabari Smith, and I can understand why Yahoo went with Jabari Smith over Chet Holmgren. I think if you look at the Orlando Magic, they don't really need a center. They don't really need a Chet Holmgren, but I can understand if they did take him. I think Jabari Smith, to me, is probably a slept-on player that not a lot of people are talking about so far. All you really hear is Paolo and Chet. You don't really hear too much about Jabari Smith, so I was really happy to see Yahoo give him some love with the 2nd overall pick in this mock draft situation. Now, with the 3rd overall pick, they had the Oklahoma City Thunder selecting Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga University. Chet Holmgren is a 7-foot center that weighs 196 pounds. He's averaging 12.7 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, and 3.6 blocks per game this year at Gonzaga. Now, I think the biggest thing that I see among a lot of people when you mention Chet Holmgren is the weight. Being a 7-foot center and you don't even weigh 200 pounds, I think is a red flag to a lot of people, because they say, well, what if he goes up against a Nikola Jokic, a Joel Embiid, or even a Karl Anthony Towns for that matter? Will he be able to hold his own against bigger centers in the NBA? And we don't know. We're going to have to wait and see what happens, but they have him going 3rd overall to the Oklahoma City Thunder, which I think would be a really good fit for him, even though, OKC did draft I think it's Pokashevsky. I'm probably, butchering his last name. He has a very similar build, so, wouldn't be really surprised if OKC went best available talent in that situation if they had the 3rd overall pick. Now, 4th in this mock draft is the New Orleans Pelicans, and they had them selecting Jaden Ivey from Purdue University. He's a 6'4" guard that weighs 195 pounds, putting 16.9 points a game, 5.4 rebounds, and 3.3 assists. Now, to me, I think Jaden Ivey is one of the best guards in the country right now, and Purdue is a very, very good college basketball team. Now, New Orleans is a very interesting team because, obviously, the Zion injury right now, I know a lot of people probably have seen the news that, he's skipping rehab, and now his rehab has actually got scheduled back another 6 weeks because I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if Zion's unhappy or the food's too good in New Orleans. We really don't know, but I think Jaden Ivey would be a very good fit for this team. Next to Brandon Ingram, those two, holy crap, that would be a deadly 2-3 combination over there. Really like the Jaden Ivey at 4 for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, with the 5th pick in this mock draft, they had the Houston Rockets selecting Jaden Hardy out of the G League Ignite. Now, he's a 6'4" guard as well, 198 pounds. He's putting up 17.7 points a game in the G League, 4.6 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. Now, do the Rockets need another guard? I'm going to say no, but we're going best available talent in the situation. And when you're a rebuilding team like any of these teams in the top 5, you can't really be too picky. You can't go on positional need. You should go best player available. Now, obviously, you know, they have Kevin Porter Jr. They drafted Jalen Green 2nd overall this summer. I think Jaden Hardy is a very good talent. In the limited, you know, G League Ignite games I've seen, he does shoot the ball a lot, but I think there's a lot of untapped potential there. And if you're willing to be patient and develop him, I think he can be a really good 2 guard in this league. Now, with the 6th overall pick, they had the San Antonio Spurs selecting Jalen Duren out of Memphis University. He's a 6'11" center that weighs 250 pounds. He's putting up 10.8 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, and 3.1 blocks per game. Now, I've actually seen some Pistons fans think that Jalen Duren could be, you know, a top 3 pick. I've seen them compare him to DeAndre Jordan, which I kind of like that comp, but I think Duren is probably going to be outside of the top 5. He's a very good center, don't get me wrong, but I don't really see Detroit kind of wasting their pick on Duren. Now, San Antonio as a fit, I like that a lot. Now, San Antonio's bigs are nothing to really hype up. I think Duren in this is San Antonio system, the way that they develop guys, that would be scary. Would love, you know, a 2-man action with DeJounte Murray and Duren together. I think that would be really good for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, with the 7th pick in this draft, they had the Sacramento Kings selecting Patrick Baldwin Jr. out of the University of Milwaukee. He's a 6'9" forward that weighs 220 pounds. He's putting up 15 points a game and 7 rebounds. Now, Sacramento is a very interesting team. Obviously, when you look at their forwards, Harrison Barnes, which I think that they'll probably trade this summer if I had to guess. I think Sacramento, they're going to see the writing on the wall. They're probably going to try to retool this team because I don't really think they're too many pieces away from competing. It's just the contracts that they gave out just are outrageous when you're paying Buddy Hield close to $20 million. Harrison Barnes has another high contract there too. I think Patrick Baldwin Jr. would be a really good fit at the forward for them. He's kind of an underrated forward in my opinion. I did watch a couple games this year because I have nothing better to do. I got ESPN Plus and I've been watching a lot of college basketball lately, but I do really like him as a fit for the Sacramento Kings. Now, with the 8th overall pick, they had the Portland Trail Blazers selecting Benedict. I'm probably going to butcher this last name, Mathurin. He's a 6'6" guard, weighs 210 pounds. He's averaging 17.4 points a game and 6.5 rebounds. Now, Portland's an interesting team. Obviously, with, you know, the Dame rumors and them trying to shop CJ McCollum for Ben Simmons, we really don't know what's going to happen with the Portland Trail Blazers, if they're going to trade Damian Lillard or not. Now, it does make sense if you want to draft a guard with this pick, because maybe you trade CJ, maybe you trade Dame. You'd have some insurance there, and Benedict is a very good guard in this draft class. I've always kind of had a soft spot for guys coming out of Arizona. They always scout really good players that are usually okay NBA players. Now, with the 9th overall pick in this mock draft, they had the Indiana Pacers selecting Johnny Davis from Wisconsin University. He's a 6'5", 194-pound guard. It's putting up 20 points and 6.1 rebounds per game. Now, he is a sophomore. For context, for any of you wondering, he's not a freshman putting up 20 points a game, because if he was, he'd probably be within the top 5 in that kind of draft class, right? The Pacers are another interesting team. Obviously, we know that they're shopping a majority of their core right now. Miles Turner, Sabonis, and Karis LeVert. They're looking to kind of retool this roster. Wouldn't really surprise me if Johnny Davis was on their radar. I think a backcourt of him and Brogdon would be interesting to say the least, but I could understand it. Now, with the last pick in this mock draft, they had the New York Knicks selecting Kendall Brown. He's a 6'8" guard. It's 205 pounds. He's putting up 12.8 points a game and 3.5 rebounds at Baylor University. Now, the Knicks, obviously, we all know, like, they got Kemba Walker this year, and Alex Burks has been really good for them. I actually watched him destroy my Pistons last night, so I think he would be a pretty good acquisition. And the Knicks, low-key, like, they've been making a lot of great draft choices over the past couple of years since they kind of revamped their front office and got all the toxic people out there. I think Kendall Brown would be a really good pickup for them if they do stay at that 10th pick. But I want to know what you guys think of this mock draft from Yahoo Sports. As a Piston fan, or maybe you're a Magic fan, or a Pelican fan, or a Rocket fan watching this, let me know what you guys think of this mock draft coming from Yahoo Sports. Let me know if you agree with the draft pick with your team or you disagree. I'll talk to you guys down in the comment section. Like always, hope you guys are staying safe. Take care. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.